want to bring up this point and completely show my distaste, dislike, and discouragement for it. And we should all come together to make sure that we denounce the abduction and torture of our people, especially people in the opposition. Recently, Eddie Mutwe, our brother, was abducted. The only difference this time was that the person who abducted Comrade Eddie Mutwe came out blatantly and spitted it that is the one, and is the one holding him under the basement, and he was the one abusing him and abusing his rights. But for quite some time, a lot of our youths have been abducted, especially those that are in support of the People Power movement, the National Unity Platform. A lot of our boys, young men, the youth have been abducted, and they haven't been contacted at all. Their families have not been contacted at all since their abduction. We suppose they are under basements being kept and tortured. Myself, I was a victim of this kind of abduction and torture on the 13th of March when I was abducted by Jat soldiers from the Kawempe by-election. I was taken into a drone, badly beaten, and then later on I was whisked off to a safe house where the torture continued. My body is completely covered in huge scars when they were using electric cables called solidos to cane me and all those that I was arrested with. But our crime, what is our crime? Our crime is supporting the National Unity Platform. But are you going to be in this country alone? Is everybody going to support the NRM? Even people who are born sometimes in the same families, they end up supporting different affiliations. But this act of abduction, we suppose as civilians, okay, if we have done something wrong or we are suspects, that we should be arrested. We don't resist arrest. We don't resist arrest, but we should be arrested, arraigned before courts of law, and then the judges will decide our fate. But the issue of abduction is continuing. Sometimes it's because it's hard because the people with big names have been abducted. But there are also ordinary citizens who are being abducted, who are voiceless. They have nobody to talk on their behalf. Sometimes the youths that are abducted, even their families don't know. Lots of them are disappearing. It's very unfortunate. President Yoweri Museveni, we are very disappointed. We loved you in 1986 when you came. As we were children, we sang for you songs, nice songs, songs that really appreciated your effort. In schools, we welcomed you. We believed in you. We trusted in you. You gave us the info that we wanted to receive, positive info about our country. You said, whereas in other countries people are walking to the moon, for us in Uganda we are walking barefooted. I was young, but I crammed that message in my head. And we knew you were a savior. You were going to walk us into a huge development. But look what we are into today. 38 years down the line, people are now being abducted. What we never even saw, maybe 40 years back, we just used to hear stories about people who are being abducted by Obote or Amin's regimes using Land Rovers and Peugeot vehicles. But we just heard about that. But can you imagine that 38 years on, we are now experiencing that ourselves? That is not fair. It's not good for our country. Not everyone is going to support NRM. Not everyone is going to toe the same line with the NRM. But we can live together. Because this country is for all of us. It's for all tribes. It's for all religions. It's for all political affiliations. We should be able to live with one another. But we are very disappointed that people are being abducted every day. The youth, the future of this nation. We should now be thinking about developing our industries, creating employment for our youths, building our infrastructure, and all these youths participating in these efforts. But unfortunately, they are being abducted. They are being abused. They are being violated. Look at Eddie Mutwe. Eddie Mutwe is one of the most disciplined people that we have in NUP. But look what has just happened to him. We are very disappointed, President Yoweri Museveni. I think in this evening of your life, you should be working to, change your face and change the way you're doing things. Maybe people would support your son. But what you're taking us through, we are bleeding inside. Why would you beat me? I'm a whole mayor for a municipal council like this. Even if you needed me, you could just summon me. But you abduct me, you blindfold me, you beat me, you put me in a safe house, then you dump me. What's the point in all this? No, we need something better. And we deserve better as Ugandans. We supported you and loved you. Is this what we are paying for? We are disappointed. We request you to release all the political prisoners. The young men and women we went into the last voting cycle with in the voting period, they are still rotting in prisons. They have not even been brought to courts of law. Let them be brought. Let's listen to others. Let's tolerate one another. Let's work together for the good of this country. But this kind of abduction, people have now made it a job. Even thieves have now started abducting people using drones, because we cannot separate between, we can't contrast or show difference between JAT operatives, between UPDF, and then normal thieves or the police. They all look like the same bunch as terrorists. JAT, I suppose, was started to fight terrorists. But are we terrorists? If you look at me, do I look like a terrorist? Do I behave like a terrorist? Then why should I be treated like a terrorist by JAT people or by the UPDF? Be blindfolded? Really? A sitting mayor of a municipal council? And then I get dumped in the middle of nowhere where I could even have been killed by people thinking that I am a thief? No, we deserve better as Ugandans. And we will not keep quiet. Please release the political prisoners or bring them to court. As simple as that.